Well, I remember back in the fall of 1987, I was a young assistant professor at the time at Oregon State University, and I got a call from Joanne Simpson. And I said, what could this be about? I knew her barely. I certainly knew of her tremendously. And she told me about a project that they were starting. NASA was going to put a Doppler radar in Darwin in the Northern Territory of Australia. And this radar was to start collecting data in advance of the TRIM mission, which would be launched about 10 years later in November of 97. She asked me if I wanted to get in on the ground floor of this project. And I said, of course. So at the time, I had been studying mid-latitude cyclones and just starting to study mesoscale convective systems in the mid-latitudes. I had never been to the tropics, having only been out of graduate school for about 3.5 years at the time. So I went to Darwin in January of 1988, and I studied the monsoon and break convection with the 5 centimeter Doppler radar they put there. And at the time, I got inspired to write a proposal to do the Dundee experiment, which was the down under Doppler electricity experiment that Earl Williams, my good colleague, and also Tom Keenan from the Bureau of Meteorology Research Center designed. And we got it funded by NSF, and we were back in Darwin in both 89 and 90. So that call from Joanne really opened up the tropics, so to speak, to me. And I've done so much work, in the tropics since. After Dundee, I was involved in Toga Core. I did the shipboard Doppler radars there. We were back in the Tiwi Islands in McTex in '95. I led the TRIM LBA program, a ground validation experiment in the Amazon for NASA in '99, and I can go on from there. But I firmly believe that Joanne, the call I received from her and the invitation I received from her opened up the tropics, so to speak, for my research. And I've benefited enormously from that and been involved in many exciting field programs. And I know that I wasn't the only young scientist that Joanne got involved in things and helped jumpstart their career. And I remember I sent her a letter shortly before she passed away, thanking her for the opportunity. And she sent me a very, very kind note back that I still have today. And I always will treasure that. She was a wonderful person, an incredible scientist, an inspiration to us all. And I'm grateful for the opportunities that she gave me.